Hi, my name is Jessica Pearson. I'm going to be doing assignment 6 for human development. Number 1, how does research on life conditions that accelerate telomere shortening illustrate the joint influence of heredity and environment on biological aging? Telomeres form the chromosomal ends of humans by causing replicative senescence, differentiation, and apoptosis. Telomeres shorten with each round of cell division, and this process restricts the proliferation of human cells to a finite number of cell divisions. Shortening the telomere can act as a suppressor of the tumor. Free radicals are atoms or molecules that are highly reactive because they contain unpaired electrons with other cellular structures. Free radicals are normal byproducts of the body's ongoing biochemical reactions, including ordinary metabolic processes and responses to the immune system. The food we eat, the drugs and medicines we take, the air we breathe, and the water we drink can find free radical generating substances. These are fried foods, alcohol, smoke from cigarettes, pesticides, air pollutants, and many more. By stealing their electrons through a process called oxidation, free radicals can cause damage to parts of cells such as proteins, DNA, and cell membranes. Number 2, why are people in committed relationships likely to be more sexually active and satisfied than those who are dating several partners? Those in committed relationships tend to be in emotionally fulfilling relationships with love, affection, and fidelity, resulting in sex being satisfied. Those dating multiple partners don't have that love, affection, and fidelity, so they won't be as sexually active or content. Monogamous, emotionally engaged spouses are more common and happier than actively dating couples. And you can find more on this on page 451 in the book. Number 3, how does expertise affect information processing? Why is expertise necessary for, but not the same as creativity? The concept of expertise is processing extensive knowledge in a field. In young adults, the training that starts with the choice of profession or major and has an effect on the processing of information and creativity when achieved is accompanied by expertise. Experts can find a fast and easy to remember solution. Experts tend to plan ahead and evaluate when a problem is difficult, whereas novices use trial and error. Case studies support the 10-year rule of master-level creativity growth. A decade has passed between initial exposure and enough expertise to generate creative work. Although creativity is rooted in expertise, not all experts are creative. Nevertheless, creativity requires expertise. Mature innovation requires a unique cognitive ability, the ability to formulate concrete problems and pose important questions that have not yet been put forward. During early adulthood, artistic achievement increases peaks in the 30s and 40s and decreases, but it's never permanent. Those who get an early start tend to peak and drop earlier than late bloomers reach their peak at older ages. This indicates that creativity is based on career age and not chronological order. Creativity is rooted in creativity, but other attributes such as motivation and willingness to try again after failure are necessary. In women, creativity can be postponed due to divorce, child rearing, or an unfriendly partner. Number 4. What student and college environment characteristics contribute to favorable psychological changes during the college years? Thousands of studies show large shifts in psychology from the freshman to the college senior year. As epistemic cognition research revealed, students are good at debating problems that have no clear solution, recognizing the strengths and weaknesses of opposing sides of complex issues, and focusing on the value of their thought. College will also extend their attitudes and values. We show increased interest in literature, performing arts, philosophical and historical topics, as well as increased appreciation for racial and ethnic diversity. In promoting respect for individual rights and human welfare, often articulated in political activism, college leaves its mark on moral reasoning. Exposure to different views of the world helps young people to look at themselves more closely. Students develop greater self-understanding, increased self-esteem, and a stronger sense of identity through the college years. Question number 5. What cultural changes have led to the emergence of the period known as emerging adulthood? The recent emergence of evolving adulthood is explained by rapid cultural change. First, entrance-level positions require further training in many fields than the past, leading young adults to pursue record numbers of higher education and thus delaying financial independence and career engagement. Second, wealthy nations with long-lived populations have no urgent need for the labor of young people, freeing those who are financially capable of extensive and rich exploration. Emerging adulthoods in general are restricted to cultures that delay adult entry until the 20s. For developing nations, only a small privilege, typically those from wealthier families, are admitted to universities. Experience it. In contrast, there is no emerging adulthood for the vast majority of young people in regions of Africa, Asia, and South America with conventional economies, which have economic resources and are largely rural and farm-based. Usually they reach early lifelong employment, marriage, and parenthood with limited education. Question number 6. According to Livingston, how do the life structures of men and women differ? Livingston discovered that most young people developed a vision during the process of early adulthood, a picture of themselves in the adult world that drives their decision-making. In men, the dream typically emphasizes career achievement, whereas work-oriented women had split dreams in which marriage and jobs were reported prominent findings and subsequent research. Young adults also formed a relationship with a mentor that facilitated their dream fulfillment.